all. I know that. I wasn't even planning on doing a video this week. This was supposed to be my off week. But, some pretty big news that's pretty close to home just broke. So I've gotten a lot of people asking me how I'm feeling. I'm not doing well, as you can probably imagine. So let's kind of talk things out a little bit. Carson Wentz was just traded to the Colts for literally nothing. Pennies. He was traded to the Colts for frickin' pennies. My mind is literally racing. I don't even really know how to process a full thought right now. My immediate reaction, I don't even know what came over me. I got the notification. I actually got two at once and immediately broke down in tears. Literally started crying.
It's his job to stare at things.
I'm not okay.
I'm so out of it. What the hell did you make that?
I knew it was coming. I think we all knew that it was coming. But at the same time, the last couple weeks, talk about it kind of slowed down. I got my hopes up a little too high for the chance that he could potentially stay in Philly, even if it was just for one more year. Those dreams got crushed today. Now, let me make one thing very clear. I understand that Carson Wentz probably had to be traded just because the relationship in Philly is pretty broken, especially with Howie. Apparently, he was in contact with basically everyone except for our GM. So that kind of shows you that ties are cut pretty thin. And if the relationship is actually damaged that bad, then I really don't think he would have been able to execute in Philly, no matter how talented he actually is. So I think this move, unfortunately, did have to happen, but my soul is pretty crushed. My heart's very broken, and we got nothing for him. We got a third-round pick in this year's draft and a conditional second round for next year. That second round will become a first if Carson Wentz plays for 75% of this upcoming season, or if he only plays for 70%, but they have to make the playoffs. Oh, I did not want him to go. I want him back. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're already talking about drafting a quarterback too in this upcoming draft with our 6th overall. So this pain is not ending anytime soon. I think what's frustrating me the most right now is the fact that after we won our Super Bowl and we had the entire Nick Foles, Carson Wentz debate, there was no doubt in my mind that Carson Wentz was our starting quarterback. I was never one of the people that wanted Foles to be our permanent starter. However, I was 100% one of the people that did not want to get rid of Nick Foles. Now, I do understand why we had to get rid of him. At least I thought I did. Philly's a very tough place to play. And if we kept Nick Foles on our bench, the second Carson Wentz came out that next season and threw an interception, the big Nick chance would have started. And that's a lot of pressure. The Eagles were trying to prove to Carson that he was their guy. So it broke my heart. They broke my heart yet again. This is becoming a freaking routine. We get rid of Nick Foles. Carson Wentz is our guy. We pay him all the money. We give him the huge freaking contract. And that season, were we good? Absolutely not. But Carson Wentz was the least of our problems. He was the one thing holding us together. He was pretty much the reason that we even got into the postseason. And the second he went down in that game against Seattle, we crumbled. If Carson Wentz did not get hurt that game, we would have moved on to the playoffs. Would we have won the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. But I believe we could have beaten the Seahawks, and I fully believe we could have gotten one more game because of Carson Wentz. Now, flash forward to the draft, and we take Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. Was I lost? Yeah, I was pretty lost. I was a little ticked off. Was I outraged? No. In that moment, a lot of people were pissed. I was choosing to remain positive. I was like, all right, maybe they saw something in Reagor that we didn't get to see. He didn't have a stable quarterback situation in college. Maybe his connection with Carson Wentz would have been outstanding. A lot of people said he reminded them of a young Deshaun Jackson, so that got me all hyped. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Now, going into the second round, I honestly shouldn't have been feeling very comfortable. I was very confident. We had so many holes to fill. If they took best of at literally a handful of positions, we would have been completely fine. I jinxed it. It is my fault that the Eagles are burning to the ground right now because I sat there with my mother. I looked at her and I said, they really can't mess this up. And what do? After trading Nick Foles so Carson Wentz could feel more comfortable, after paying Carson Wentz an absurd amount of money, they draft his backup, Jalen Hurts, who, in my opinion, one of my favorite quarterbacks coming out of that draft, a very talented young quarterback, is going to be apparently our quarterback, but could have been a great quarterback for any other franchise. I was so excited to see him, but they pick him with our second round pick. And as I said, Jalen Hurts was one of my favorite quarterbacks coming out of last season's draft. So the fact that he is our QB1 right now, as long as we don't freaking draft anybody else, which we better not, I am going to support him 100%. All of my hurt and my frustration right now isn't because I don't think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. I just think we already had our future in Carson Wentz. There were so many other moves that we could have made to advance ourselves as a team a whole lot sooner. We needed receivers. We needed O-linemen. We need defensive men. So all of these pieces, and then instead we try and fix a problem that wasn't even a problem. It's like we were trying to fix something that wasn't broken. Carson Wentz was not our problem. And instead of taking a step forward, we have now taken 1,000 steps backward. So that is where my frustration lies. I will support Jalen Hurts and root for Jalen Hurts 100%. I am excited to see what he can do. I'm hoping that he is the key that can make me feel slightly better about this. I'm hoping he can come out and have a killer season and make me regret feeling all of this frustration right now. But I have a feeling the Eagles are in a downward spiral that is not going to get any better within the next at least 3 seasons. My jaw was on the ground and I don't think I've picked it up ever since. In that moment, that was the moment I knew that sugar were going down swinging because it came so far out of left field. It just kind of proves that they're backdooring Carson, and I don't blame Carson for being pissed this entire season. Now, did Carson step up in the way that he should have this season? Absolutely not. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. He played like crap. Do I think that is entirely his fault? Absolutely not. We had 0 O-line. Carson Wentz had no protection. He was scrambling on nearly every single play or getting sacked. He really didn't have the opportunity to do anything. And while he was scrambling, there were throws that he got off. We have no receivers. There was no targets for him. He really didn't have any options. And yes, there were so many turnovers. He held on to the ball for way too long in way too many circumstances, but that was just him trying to make the impossible possible. He did towards the end learn to start throwing it away more, which I greatly appreciated, but I really can't blame him for anything that happened this season. Our coaching, our play calling, there was so much wrong with our team. Putting all of the blame on Carson Wentz is honestly rude. It's completely unnecessary. And now he isn't on our team because of it. So when you actually look and you actually process, since we've won our Super Bowl, all of the things that have happened that got us to this point that we're at right now, nothing adds up. We are just making random moves. We are now talking about taking a quarterback with our number 6 overall pick in the first round, which I literally have 0 words. I don't really know what the Eagles' plan is. I don't think they have one, and that's the problem. They don't seem to feel comfortable with any decision they're making. They don't seem to be able to make a decision altogether, the entire front office. Everyone seems to be on a different page. I just really think I should be the GM at this point. They literally fired Doug, turned our coaching staff. They literally turned us into the Philadelphia Colts, basically, which also made me seem like, all right, perfect. They're doing all this to make Carson Wentz feel comfortable. The Colts is where Frank Reich went and is now currently their head coach. Carson Wentz and Frank Reich's relationship is absolutely amazing. So I'm like, all right, they're bringing in their offensive coordinator, someone who Frank Reich strongly recommended, to work well with Carson, and we can rebuild that relationship and everything's going to be fine. No, We now fired Doug, got a new head coach, traded our quarterback. I feel like I'm not even going to be able to recognize my team by the time next season starts. And at this point, I literally feel like it's just going to be me sitting around waiting for Howie to get fired. And I don't think Howie is ever going to get fired because Jeff Lurie just wants someone he can boss around. And clearly that's just what Howie is. So I'm very hurt. I'm very confused. I'm feeling all of the emotions and then some right now. I know there's a lot of people super happy about this, and for you, congratulations. To Colts fans, congratulations. I'm fully convinced you're going to be in the Super Bowl within the next 3 seasons. Carson Wentz is about to win an MVP, and I'll be here crying. So there you have it. Short, sweet, to the point. This literally just happened 2 hours ago. I've been sitting on all social medias. I've been reading everything. I've been seeing a lot of reactions. This is my reaction. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are feeling, what you're thinking about this, and if you have any other questions, if there's anything you want to vent or talk to me about, you guys know where to find me on social. Yeah, that's all I got for you right